internationals today. Freddie Kanoute and Bobby Zamora are Glenn Hoddle's preferred choice as the front two today. Helder Postiga, the summer buy from Portugal, is only on the bench. Pumped forward by Gardner. Kanoute the target, got there ahead of Melchiot. Redknapp. Tarico for Kanoute. Here's Zamora. Now Duff. Hasselbank. Ricketts. Now Redknapp. A little bit of space in which to forage into for the Spurs skipper. And a good try as well, beaten away by Cudicini. Well, Jamie Redknapp really got hold of that right foot shot from all of 30 metres. And Cudicini had stretched to turn it away. Positive start from Tottenham. Tarico's long throw almost found its way to Anderton. Here's Carr. Important header won there by Melchiot. Redknapp seeks out the run of Stephen Carr. Jamie Redknapp bringing the best out of Cudicini early on. Anderton. Kanoute. Melchiot. Forward by Lampard. Chelsea hurrying well for possession. Lampard. Now Terry. Melchiot. Lampard. It's out of play before Mutu could collect. Excellent recent goal-scoring record for both Chelsea and Romania. Scored in each of their last two internationals, Mutu. Foul throw is against Jesper Gronkia. Sven-Göran Eriksson seeing plenty of his England internationals, certainly in the Chelsea side. There were 3 Chelsea starters in the last England international against Liechtenstein. Terry and Lampard are out here today from the start, but Wayne Bridge is rested altogether with the Champions League in mind when Chelsea go to the Czech Republic to play Sparta Prague on Tuesday. Redknapp, rather sloppy pass, only found at Babayaro. Looks for the run of Mutu. Free kick goes against Chelsea. Referee wanting a word with Babayaro. Graham Paul unhappy with a spot of dissent shown by the Nigerian. Anderton. Way beyond its intended target of Kanoute. Glenn Hoddle feeling the pressure at the moment after that 3-0 home defeat against Fulham. After what had been a relatively bright start to the season, all went very much awry for Spurs in their last game 2 weeks ago. This is Lampard's ball in, touched away by Richards, but the referee was just waiting to see if any advantage accrued there for Chelsea. And there's pull play back for a free kick. Manu Petit over the Chelsea free kick. Five blue shirts in there, looking for space. Final touch off a Spurs player, says referee Graham Paul. Chelsea corner. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank will take. Works it short with Mutu. Another Chelsea corner. John Terry in there for nuisance value. Damien Duff to swing this one in. Garcia. Mutu. Pumped away, no-nonsense fashion by Tarico. Spurs looking for some defensive stability today after they were taken apart at White Hart Lane by Fulham. They've also failed to score in 3 of their opening 4 Premiership games. Carr. Redknapp. Handball against Duff. Redknapp looking for Zamora. Just held off Desai for a moment there, but found the angle tight in the end. Bobby Zamora still looking for his first Tottenham goal. Apart from the long-range Redknapp shot, it's been a fairly tame opening 10 minutes. Tarico. It's a foul against Garcia. Redknapp. Zamora the target. Won the header cleanly. Here's Stephen Carr. Oh, he won't get to it. Caballero in there first for Chelsea. Carr looking for the run of Zamora.
Well done, Stephen. Great ball. Not too early. Not too early.
Petit. Babayaro. Hasselbank, crisp, neat passing from Chelsea, and Petit almost sliding that through for Damien Duff. It was very well cut out by Carr. Here's Kanoute, finding Ricketts. Lampard. Mutu trying to stay on side, did so, but was never in a position to run onto the through pass from Frank Lampard. Here's Gardner. Zamora for Kanoute, who looks for Zamora again, but beautifully picked off by John Terry. Petit, now Melchior. Chelsea yet to settle to a rhythm here. Duff, Melchior for Garcia. Dug out a decent cross from a tight position. Kanoute. Anderton. Space here for a moment for Ricketts. Petit eventually gets to him. Here's Anderton again. Tarico. Anderton. Too long for Kanoute. Cudicini's had the only save to make so far, early on from Redknapp. Keller has had a quiet time of it so far in the Tottenham goal. Here's Melchior. Garcia. Mario Melchior. Lots of space now for Petit. It's too long, I think, for Lampard, is it? Still forcing the issue with Gardner. Babayaro. Desai. Now Petit. Good stretch by Tarico. Ricketts. Tarico under pressure from Lampard. Looked like Melchior might have been taking a ride there. Spurs looking for a free kick. Graham Paul unmoved. Space at a premium so far in this London derby.
Second ball, Bobby, read it. Handball.
Petit evaded the challenge, but there was some niggling going on there. Chelsea get the free kick.
Well done, Roy. Good. Make them go back. Bobby.
Lampard. Babayaro. Here's Duff, yet to really have a run at Stephen Carr. Redknapp claiming he got something of the ball. Referee saw it otherwise. It was a menacing run from Damien Duff. In Graham Paul's view, Redknapp took the man and not the ball. In a very good position here now for Chelsea. Hasselbank or Mutu. Jimmy Foyt-Hasselbank would normally be across these situations, but now that Adrian Mutu's arrived, he's got a rival for free kick positions, and it's going to be Mutu, who's already scored from a free kick in his fledgling Chelsea career. It's a solid Tottenham wall. Anderton. Lampard. Garcia looks for the run of Hasselbank. Lampard, neatly done into space. Shot charged down by Dean Richards. Petit winning a towering header for Mutu. Mutu goes to ground and looks in vain for a free kick. Goal kick, says referee Paul. Keller's had little to do so far in the Spurs goal, but he may well be aware of the stat that Chelsea have not failed to score at Stamford Bridge so far in 2003. At the moment, life fairly comfortable at the back for Tottenham. Here's Melchior. Nicely laid off by Mutu, but Garcia unable to take it in his stride. Zamora. His close friend John Terry in attendance. Zamora for Kanoute. Desai at his back. Richards. Another free kick against a rather perplexed Jamie Redknapp. Terry looks for the darting run of Damien Duff. Just a slight look on the face of Duff to suggest he might have got a push from Carr. Referee unmoved. Here's Ricketts. Done well to evade Lampard twice. Zamora. Anderton. Will be Zamora again. Hasselbank caught by Carr. Floyd Hasselbank, leading scorer for Chelsea this season with 3. But over 20 minutes have elapsed and Chelsea have yet to create a goal-scoring opportunity. Forward by Terry. Interesting run from Babayaro. Kicked away well by Carr. Duff backing in. So is referee Graham Paul. Ledley King. Zamora. Nicely laid off to Tarico. Looks for Kanoute. Falls for Carr. Now Duff. Melchior. This is Mutu. Chase on here between Mutu and Gardner. Ricketts. It's a foul by Rohan Ricketts. Youngster who's emerged into the Tottenham first team this season. Certainly got plenty of energy. Spurs may well need that in those midfield areas. So far, sluggish Chelsea. Melchior. Melchior. Offside against Hasselbank. Jimmy has fond memories of playing against Tottenham 2 years ago in this fixture. He scored a hat-trick in a 4-0 win. But so far this game has been devoid of any penalty area action at all. Just that one shot early on from distance from Redknapp, which brought a decent save out of Cudicini. Sum total of both sides attacking play so far. We've had almost 25 minutes. This is Anderton. Looks early for Kanoute, who gets free. Freddie Kanoute for Tottenham. Strength and poise from Kanoute, and he scored with ease in the end. Ball thumped forward, and Kanoute just out-muscled Melchior. Anderton's ball. Melchior's challenge only a token one. Kanoute put it away comfortably. First away goal in the Premiership this season for Tottenham. They lead 1-0. Well, that ought to be a wake-up call for Chelsea. Lampard. Petit. Babayaro. Should be easy for Keller. Glenn Hoddle against his former club that he managed for 3 years. Left to take on the England job in '96. Delighted with Kanoute's presence in the box there. In stark contrast, Claudio Ranieri will be disappointed with the defending of Melchior. Here's Mutu. Corner, Chelsea. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank will look for Desai and Terry, who've marched forward. Melchior too. Away by Richards. Duff with space to help it back in. Kanoute. Desai. This is Lampard. Chelsea were odds-on favourites to win this match. But they have not been allowed to get into a rhythm by a hard-working Tottenham performance. And Freddie Kanoute's goal after 25 minutes has Spurs in a surprise lead here. Redknapp. Ricketts. Forward by Tarico, but it's way beyond Anderton, who give game chase nevertheless. Gardner. Now Carr. Good touch by Kanoute, finding Carr again. This is Redknapp. Now a chance for Hasselbank to get out for Chelsea. Crowd beginning to get a little restless here at Stamford Bridge. Babayaro. Tracking back with Zamora, but he's been penalised. Referee's got his book out here for Bobby Zamora. John Terry has come forward for the free kick. Touch square by Petit for Lampard. Kanoute. Held the ball up well again for Spurs. Here's Redknapp. Tarico. Zamora. No great angle here for Tarico to find a pass, but he's forcing a throw in here out of John Terry. Referee, though, has pulled play back. There was an earlier challenge on Tarico that the referee has whistled for. Tottenham free kick. Dean Richards and Ledley King have got forward for Darren Anderton's free kick. Flicks off the head of Petit. Spurs corner. Petit getting the holding midfield role today ahead of Makaleli, who's warming the bench, possibly with a view to a start against Sparta Prague in the Champions League on Tuesday. But prior to that campaign, Chelsea have got to do something about this performance so far, they've been poor. That's to take nothing away from Tottenham, who have been the better side. Anderton's corner. It's a free header, and Zamora couldn't find the target. But the marking was somewhat approximate there from Chelsea. Lampard. Free kick against Duff. Well, Bobby Zamora disappointed he couldn't work the goalkeeper Cudicini there. Certainly should have been directing the header on target. Look at the space he had. Zamora going to ground, tussling with Melchiot. This is Ledley King. Forward by Gardner. Now Babayaro. A little bit of space in which to manoeuvre. So too for Lampard. Good foot in there from Redknapp. Been the busier side through those midfield areas, Tottenham. Gardner. Ricketts. Anderton. Melchiot. Hasselbank. Goes for the return from Mutu. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Brilliant block from Anderton. And, another interception, this time from Anthony Gardner to deny Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Chelsea still to create a chance. In by Melchiot. Here's Babayaro. Chance to steady himself for the cross. Hasselbank, chest down for Mutu. Gardner with the interception. And a little braver than Garcia. In by Jesper Garcia. Lampard, yes! Frank Lampard with a fine run and header at the far post. It's taken Chelsea nigh on 35 first half minutes to really create any chance at all on Casey Keller's goal. Garcia's cross, and the header had enough from Lampard to defeat Casey Keller at his near post. And it's lifted the whole atmosphere and him at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea were behind for just under 10 minutes. Ricketts. First goal of the season for Lampard. For Chelsea, that is. Foul on Melchiot. Now the hard-working figure of Kanoute. Kanoute. Hasselbank nicely on the chest for Duff. Mutu trying to make an angle for Damien Duff, did so brilliantly. Adrian Mutu! Chelsea have turned this game upside down in 2 minutes. Adrian Mutu with his third goal for Chelsea, to the delight of his manager. But he was so intelligent. All started with a nice chest off from Hasselbank. Damien Duff looking for the movement, which was superb from Mutu. Getting away from Ledley King. And tucking it home superbly. 2-1 Chelsea. He's going to be an even bigger star in the future, Adrian Mutu. The Chelsea fans already think that he's a sound acquisition already. It's all about his awareness. Here's Duff. Worth a dip from Damien Duff. Oh, what a contrast Chelsea have been in the last 3 or 4 minutes as compared to the opening half an hour. Tottenham are being forced into a substitution here. Ledley King is struggling, so Goran Bunjevcevic is going to replace him. Mutu on the chase. Calmly done by Richards. Forward by Petit. Hasselbank unlucky that it struck his back. Here's Ricketts. Long throw. Caught out Melchiot for a moment. Here's Zamora. Tottenham corner. Four minutes to half-time. Can Spurs get themselves back on terms here with Anderton's corner? Anthony Gardner taking up a position at the near post, along with Bunjevcevic. Richards in there, and the referee is given pushing. Well, Dean Richards put the header away very well indeed under pressure, but Graham Paul said there was pushing by Richards. Header on by Garcia. Damien Duff onto it so quickly. Mutu and Hasselbank in the middle. Away by Gardner. Mutu. It's a corner. His movement's going to be a feature, I think, of his play for Chelsea this season. Certainly knows where the net is as well. 18 goals, second top scorer in Italy for Parma last season, Mutu. Petit's corner. Keller comes. He was strong in there. Lampard! Good save from Keller. He couldn't have had a great sight of that, Casey Keller. Turn, Frank Lampard shot away very well. Petit to deliver again. Gardner's header away. Chelsea's third corner in a matter of seconds. Once again, it'll be Manu Petit to take. Melchior. Desai in there. Melchior flicking on the header, I think. No, a referee says touched the Spurs head. No great complaints from the Tottenham players. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank will attempt to put more pressure on the Tottenham defence, who can't afford to ship another here. Wicked corner in, and John Terry almost got a telling touch. Here's Duff. Tarico. Redknapp. Nicely worked here into space for Carr. Plenty forward here for Tottenham. Ricketts for Kanoute. Touched away by Melchior. This is Petit. Hasselbank, quicker than Rinjevcevic. Redknapp. Ricketts going to ground, but still finding a pass for Tarico. Tarico's ball looking for Kanoute. Gardner. Ricketts. Obstruction against Petit. The referee is going to produce a yellow card here for Manu Petit. To 2-minute stoppage time at the end of the first half. What wouldn't Tottenham give for an equalising goal here? From the last Anderton free kick, Dean Richards headed the ball in, but was adjudged to have been fouling. Anderton, good delivery. Still in there for Tottenham. T can't get it away. Richards has his shot charged down. Here's Carr. Pressure from Mutu. That's what you call excellent defending from the front from Mutu. Misplaced header from Garcia. Goalkeeper committed. Oh, and Cudicini's given it away to Ricketts. Can he help it back in? Goalkeeper nowhere near his goal, and onto the roof of the net only from Rohan Ricketts. It was a good try from the youngster from a long, long way out. Cudicini will be breathing a bit of a sigh of relief. Ken Hoddle, well aware of Tottenham's wretched record against Chelsea. They've never beaten them before in the Premiership. They led through that 25th minute goal from Kanoute. And had looked the better of the two sides for the opening half an hour. 2 goals in 2 minutes from Frank Lampard and that man Mutu has given Chelsea an unlikely lead at half-time.